Oh, now what? That's better. Restream wasn't loading, so I rebooted it. Well, refreshed it, I should say. Oh, gee, what a surprise. The image is pixelated right from the get-go. See, we're saving some time. We're pixelated right away. We've barely begun, and I'm already annoyed. Ay. We are going to start in 3 minutes. Like, I am so annoyed and all that just because of Risa, which is my Dragon Quest OC. But it's not her fault. I was fiddling with Life 2D, and now it doesn't want to save anymore, and I was rigging a model on it of Risa, and I finally managed to kind of understand sort of how the rigging works. But then after doing a bunch, the software wouldn't save anymore. So now all I have is a static model of Risa that can move her eyes a little bit. At least I can use the model for other things because I made it in clip and I can update the graphics whenever I want, but still it's so annoying. And because I decided to repose the figure with my self figure, because she has a weak right arm, I dropped her, and I only saw yesterday that I snapped off 2 strands of hair on the right side of her head. Now I need to rebuild that, and I'm pissed. Hello, TC Coconut, and hello, Paul. I can see you guys. You guys can't be seen on the screen just yet, but that's just a matter of minutes. We'll start in 2 minutes. So yeah, and if I want Life 2D to completely work, I would need to either pay like $25 Canadian per month, or like 400 Canadian to get the entire software, and I don't have that kind of money. Holy fuck. We start in 1 minute, and as mentioned before, I'm already annoyed. Because I wanted to... Hello, Davis. We're gonna start in 1 minute, and as I said, I am already annoyed. You guys are going to start showing up on the screen soon, and I'm going to add music, and we'll have fun while I complain about Live 2D being paid software. Oh, I should close that, because I'm also playing in Vroid. Is it TC Coconut or Tick Coconut? I never know how to pronounce these names. Ah, there we go. Let's go here, then gonna open my script. Quote unquote script. Haha. Don't know how long Davis is gonna be there, if he's already gone or not, because he's on the Facebook portion, and we all know my opinion on Facebook live streaming. Alright, gotta post the rules. Hi, Davis. You're still here. That's good. Gonna have one more sip of this tea. And I just started looking for my smudge guard glove. It's on my hand. We're going to have a swell day, aren't we? So yeah, I was exploring more ways of creating, but my budget put a stop to that real quick. For those wondering, Vroid is basically a 3D avatar making software, and its claim to fame is that you can draw the hair directly on the model. It works pretty well. At least that one isn't giving me any issues. It's live 2D. Can't afford the pro version. So that's gonna have to be shelved for a while. Can't say I'm not disappointed. Oops. So of course, as usual, if you guys feel like talking, go right ahead. Asking questions, talking about the comic I'm drawing right now, the kind of tea I'm drinking, whatever. As long as you keep it as safe for work as possible, because I do not have the patience for pervs today. I do not. Zero. Paul says he'll behave. He's the only one I trust to behave, actually. Looking at you, Davis. We are 6 minutes in and my cup of tea is already half empty. That's how out of patience I am today. See? That's exactly what I meant. What sucks the most, though, if I could have been able to make Live 2D work, I would have practiced a bit more with it, and then I would have been able to maybe include a stream on how it works. So yeah, I'm mad. And as for my Riza figure, it's gonna be a pain in the ass to try and fix her hair. Luckily, it's not that noticeable, especially the way I have her posed now, because the broken hair strands are on the other side of her head. But to work so hard on something and already have it break. Then again, she was already sketchy. She has a really weak right elbow that keeps unlocking out of its socket. So that's how I broke her hair in the first place, because she dropped as I was trying to repose her. Some of them are awesome. What, the rest suck? If any students of Paul are watching this right now, I am only teasing. You guys all rule. Whoops, I left it on the soft eraser. There we go. Semi-awesome. I'll be the judge of that. Well, maybe if you would show up on Fridays, Davis. Well, here's an idea for a prompt for this Friday, maybe. If we can get Davis or any other writer in the next Friday event, how about the writer comes up with a prompt on the spot, and then the artist and the other students draw it? Like maybe like a 3-panel comic or something like that. How does that sound to you guys? Yeah, Paul, you better. Oh, we're gonna get a lot of Kinsey, Paul? And Davis is down for my idea. And of course Davis is down for my idea because I am the genius of the group. I'm the smart one as well as the pretty one. Don't know what the other guys are doing there. That is true. Darlene is the gassy one. This is why I'm glad I only see him in really open air areas, like the airport or the convention area of Timmins Con. Lots of room to breathe. Going to have 2 more Friday shows. I'd love to have Davis join us for one if he can, unless he has gas. Yeah, because you gotta pace the Fridays now because Paul is tired, but he has every right to be because he works hard. I mean, I've been down for the count all week and I still tried my best to get some work done, regardless. Because I need that money. The only promise Davis can make is that there will be gas. So yeah, as usual with bootleg cookies, this is a real thing that happened. The nurse really did say that to me. And as you can see, like I drove there myself without hitting anybody, so I would assume I was pretty calm, but apparently no, I was completely losing my shit. And little heads up for any nurses watching this, if you're not a night person, don't take the night shift. Your bedside manners might suffer from it. Obviously, this is old pre-COVID times story. What with the lack of masks. Gotta erase that cowlick or else it looks like my hair is giving the finger. Whoop, and I almost dropped my pencil, that's nice. At least my day is improving a little bit, knowing I'm going to get some more aura cart pretty soon, so that's nice. Good old wooden school chairs that used to pull the hair right out of my scalp every time I sat in one. Do you miss school, Sharon? Not at all. Nada. Oh, nice. I'm still live on Facebook. That is surprising. Pretty sure I discussed this before. If there's something I cannot stand, is being called a liar. A lot of abuse kept happening because I kept getting called a liar. So, yeah, not a fan. And yet, even at that scale, my feet don't quite touch the floor. I strive for realism. Speaking of lying and exaggerating, I had a doctor tell me that what I was experiencing at the time was just severe heartburn. But I've never experienced pain in my chest like that since then. And I'm still eating some pretty spicy food at times. So it's possible I actually had a female heart attack, but he couldn't be arsed to check. But that cannot be confirmed. What I am getting at though is that women usually get ignored or talked down about their symptoms more than men. Especially with this guy telling me not to panic when I'm literally talking to him extremely calmly. So I don't know where he got the idea that I was panicking. I mean, is it because I said that I couldn't breathe? So maybe when you can't breathe, you're supposed to handle it calmly? It's kind of hard since you know, can't breathe. Well, what do I know? I'm not a nurse. And I mean, he was really angry about it too. Like, I don't know if he was napping in the cafeteria or something, or... but he was not happy. mean, do you think I came here just for attention? I'm a comic artist. If I want attention at 3 in the morning, I just need to draw something and post it on Twitter. I mean, I am not that desperate for attention that I would go to the hospital at 3 in the morning. Especially not from a ray of sunshine like you. Don't get me started on my shitty dermatologist. Just got sent the job opening for Warner Brothers. I mean, I'm not an animator, so I don't know what I'll do. Because they're just like samples. And I do not have the spoons to make a whole new portfolio for a job like that. And that's the thing, I know I can draw the stuff, but you have to make a brand new portfolio every freaking time a job like that shows up. Because you know you can draw like that, but nobody believes you. qui ne risque rien à rien. I can see what they want in that extremely vague job opening and apply and get told no professionally. Just gonna add a little Adam's apple to specify that this is a male nurse. Oh, thank you for the Pika Pika cheese nuggets for you. Now please don't be a bot. I must be getting close to enough followers for affiliate. But then again, I don't get a lot of comments, so... I like me some Pika Pikas. It's only a matter of time before Nintendo comes to me and get mad that I'm using Pika Pika. Thank you very much, cheese nuggets for you. Is it okay if I call you Nugget? It's gonna save both of us time. Hello, Charlie Gag. Indeed, it is a comic. I'm doing a 4-panel comic of something that happened to me in real life, as I've been doing for 6 years straight. Cheese nuggets, anything. As long as it's similar to what's said in your name. Got it. The comic is Bootleg Cookie and can be seen on Tapas and Webtoon. It updates every Friday, but I like to stream the making of the strip, so it actually forces me to get it done on time for Friday. I am using Clip Studio. I've been using Clip Studio exclusively for, I don't know, 10 years? 8 years? 10 years? And I love it, and it is the best comic software I've ever had, considering I've had like 3. This one is by far the best. The webtoon is Bootleg Cookie. Right here. the address leads to my hub, but there's always a link to the latest bootleg cookie on the hub. It's just easier. Thank you for the Pika Pika, Charlie Gag. Oh, Charlie Gag is from Mexico. I am struggling to learn Spanish right now, especially on the pronunciation, because I have to remember to pronounce in French, because I'm French, and if I try to speak Spanish while speaking English, then it fucks up my pronunciation completely. I'm gaining track in the Spanish-speaking community, so I would like to learn the language. And I'm working on it through Duolingo. If you go to my hub, you'll see all my art. Well, all my good art. If you want to really see all my art, I'm on Divine Art at So Very Unofficial. I've got pretty much everything there. I also do a subscription-based comic, and by that I mean that every 10 subscribers on Tapas, I do a page of Irritated Replayer, which is pretty much the same thing, real stuff that happens to me in video games. Of course, there's a lot less of those because I don't have a lot of subscribers. Also, every Tuesday, oh, thank you, Charlie. That's very appreciated. Every Tuesday, at least until the next 4 weeks, because I'm almost done, I'm also doing a Mario comic, which I usually link on my Tapas. I post it just about everywhere. The easiest to read archive is on my Ko-fi, which is once again So Very Unofficial, if I'm not mistaken. My link tree pops up in the chat once in a while, so... the current storyline is called Driven Miss Daisy, and it's basically Daisy and Peach on a day out, having some fun. What video games do you play? In general, or the ones I'm good at? Because that's two completely different genres. I mostly play JRPGs. Like, right now, it's been a year now that I've been playing exclusively Dragon Quest XI. I am absolutely obsessed with Sylvando. I mean the game, I mean Sylvando, and... part of the reason why my background music is chiptune, video game, and video game inspired music, because I love video games. And I do have a nice collection of classic JRPGs. I think I own Final Fantasy IV, like 5 different versions of Final Fantasy IV. It's not even my favorite Final Fantasy. My favorite is 6, but they didn't make as many versions of Final Fantasy VI, which honestly is bullshit. Now, of course, I also play a lot of Mario, but I am not as good with Mario. I own a lot, and I enjoy them. I'm not really good at beating them. I've beaten all the Mario RPG, Paper Mario, Mario and Luigi series. That's easy. The floor is more solid, there's less pits. I am a comic artist. This dude is a nurse. Oh, Paul, I don't know. I don't watch enough movies to really have an actor that comes to mind. Oh, geez, I've played some old shit you wouldn't believe. Some old obscure shit that, thanks to the gaming community, they fan-translated. I love Terranigma. That is more action-adventure RPG, more like a Zelda, but oh my god, is it ever good. It's long, it's beautiful, freaking gorgeous. They only ported it to Europe. They never moved it to the States. And it's a damn shame. If you know Illusion of Gaia, Terranigma is kind of like a spiritual sequel. Quintet also made it, and they never said that it was a direct sequel, but it's definitely in the same timeline, same universe, same concepts. I've played Mystic Arc, which is a type of 7th Saga game, and it can get special. What's interesting about Mystic Arc is that it works by chapters, but you have to go in the hub and touch a different object each time to enter the new chapter. And your party members are dolls that you carry with you, and you can bring 2 to life at a time to add to your party. And one of the chapter is literally a survival horror minigame, kinda, sorta. Like, if I remember well, there's no battle. All the other chapters have normal RPG battles. This chapter has no battle, you just have to solve puzzles in a haunted mansion. One thing I should do eventually when I'm more comfortable with it, I should turn my Switch to Spanish language and then do a playthrough of Dragon Quest XI with the Spanish language on. They're still gonna speak only English or Japanese, so I'm probably going to switch the audio to English because I cannot speak Japanese. But the best way to learn is through immersion. I did not play Witcher. I've played a lot of Legends of Zeldas. Did not beat a lot. Like, it took me 13 years to beat the original Link's Awakening. Took me about 3 days to beat the remake, but still. I'm older now. I know what I'm doing now. I own a good collection of Legend of Zeldas. I do not have Triforce Heroes because you need friends, and I don't have them. And I don't have the original Four Swords either, but I do have Four Swords Adventures because you don't necessarily need friends. I like to game alone. The rare times I do play multiplayer games, it's usually stuff like Mario Party and Mario Kart. I'm pretty good at Mario Kart. We need a bigger line. There we go. line is too thick. I don't like it. There we go. This should be better. This is why you ink in vector. Oh man, Charlie. That's cool. Do you have remakes too? Or do you have like some really rare ones like the CDI Philips ones? I don't have those. Because I don't have a CDI Philips. Same reason I don't have the Wonder Swan version of Final Fantasy IV, because I don't have a Wonder Swan. I'm not gonna lie, that is pretty cool that you want a contest with it. Like both games I mentioned earlier, Terra Enigma and Mystic Arc, I don't have them. They're ROMs, but they're still good games. But the Final Fantasy IVs, those are all real copies that I own. Several formats. All the original NES cartridges, I have those too. Limited and Master Collection. Me, I do have the disc that had the two N64 games, the demo for Wind Waker, and some of the NES games I think was on there. That's rare, I have that. Versions of the game that only came out in Europe, I don't have that, obviously. A lot of figures, 8-bit Master Sword, I don't have that. I do have a couple of these old figures that came out when Ocarina of Time came out. Ganondorf with his horse Impa, and Zelda with their horse, and Link with Epona. They look terrible. But I still love them. And I do believe I have at least one Link amiibo and one Wind Waker Link plush. If you were to see my collections, not a lot of Zelda stuff, but a shit ton of Luigi stuff. I could fill a garage just with the different Luigi cards that I have on my shelf right now. I only have one piece of Sylvando merch because that's all there is. And it's a freaking shame. I do have a couple Zelda shirts. One of them has 5 items from Zelda 1 that says, "Don't make me go Zelda on you." And another one that has some beautiful original art that says Dungeons de las Muertes. Yes, I do know what it means. I'm pretty sure dungeons is not Spanish. But de los Muertes, pretty damn sure. I'd say 99% at least. Seal the Darkness sword light thingy. I don't have any nerdy swords. I have a sword, but it's just decorative. I use it mainly as to to take photos of myself as reference when I draw battle scenes. There is a video of me somewhere on my Instagram where I'm holding a purple master sword and a shield, if I'm not mistaken, but I'm pretty sure it's just a sword. And I'm doing the Link, the Ocarina of Time Link vocals, like ha, yeah, hey. It's pretty funny because I have no shame. I'm too old for shame. But you have to scroll a little far back. It's been a couple of years. Yeah, to get the really cool merch, you either have to make it yourself or spend $3 million to get the cool shit. Like, just to give you an idea, my one piece of merch of Sylvando, okay? He's a Square Enix figure art. Calabozo. See, I knew Dungeons wasn't Spanish. Hyrule University hero in training. Yeah, good. And this little hijo de puta, okay? He came with the character Rab, which is also a very good character that I love in Dragon Quest XI. Super cute. And he cost almost $300. And he is as tall as my teeny tiny hand. And because I don't learn my lesson, Nindoroid asked us on Twitter what character they should be doing next, and of course I suggested Sylvando. Because I am absolutely hopeless. See, that's the thing with different languages. You learn the swearing faster than the rest of the dialogue. I'm French to begin with, so I understand Spanish pretty well. It comes in better than it comes out. So I am well aware of what I call Sylvando. And just to pour salt on the wound, they came out with a new version of the figure with the correct eye color, because my figure has blue eyes, Sylvando has silver eyes. And they added a third changeable head with him winking, but I'm not gonna spend another $300 just for a head. Who does that? Are you obsessed, Sharon? Yes! Yes, I am. Thanks for asking. Whoops. Wrong layer. Well, I mean, are there less common swears? I mean, it's a valid question. Gonna save, gonna have a little bit of tea. Then we're gonna color. Now, a little bit of tea is right. I barely have a little bit in my cup. I should have made 2 cups or a thermos. I'm gonna be so dry. My current hair color is brown, but whoops. Sorry about the alarm. I have to go get catch some fish in Pocket Camp. It can wait. But back when I had a job that could pay regularly, I was able to dye my hair. And this is an old story, so I had blonde hair at the time because I was working. And I was allowed to dye my hair, but only natural colors, so I stuck to blonde. Oh, so would they be called cardinal swears, since they vary depending on the cardinal direction? And while I wait for that answer, I don't know if you guys know I'm Canadian. Took me 20 years to figure out who the hell was saying a boot. What is this a boot? I had no idea where the a boot came from. And then I heard somebody from Newfoundland speak, and I was like, oh. Because people from the States and stuff like that were teasing me about the a boot. Instead of saying about. They were saying, ooh, a boot, you're Canadian, a boot, a boot, a boot. And what is this, a boot? It's kind of like the equivalent of me about, but pronounced a boot, like one boot. But it's like me going to Charlie and like screaming in his face, arriba, arriba, andale, andale. He'd be like, what? Well, I say it's a he. Could be a she. Could be a they. They. I should stick to they until I know. But if I would walk up to Charlie and like go full like Speedy Gonzales, and they'd be like, what the hell are you talking about? So yeah, it took me 20 years to figure out what this a boot thing was about. And then I learned. Oh, it's a real thing, but they think all Canadians say a boot, but it's just Newfoundlanders. We even called beer different. I know one word for beer is cerveza. Cerveza. Say it in French. Cerveza. Jeez. Ah, yeah, yeah. Never heard of shame. Yeah, Ed, that's another thing. Okay, Charlie is male. Okay, thank you. Gotta keep that in mind now. I should not be assuming gender from name. That's another thing. I'm from Quebec, one of the few French-speaking provinces. And I have never heard the A thing locally to me. And then I went to Ontario, and I met my friend Davis. And he says hi, and I say hi, and then he stops, and he looks at me, and he goes, oh, you're French, eh? And oh, that's where the A comes from. Oh, you're French, eh? I love telling that story because it's so cute. Like we're both realizing, oh, the A is from Ontario. And he's looking at me, oh, you're French, eh? Oh, I give him a hard time. I love the idiot. He's my writer for Auric of the... Well, I say my writer. Andrew does the base art and I do the coloring, but he's the main writer of Auric of the Great White North, which is yet another comic that I work on. It's been on a bit of a hiatus because of the Backstreet Boys reunion tour. So... So yeah, I work on a lot of comics. To put it politely. Wish it was more regular, but sometimes I'm just so tired. Just this week I was exhausted. I know this one. So I'm female, so it would be muy cansada. Cerveza, we call it chela or checa, cheve. Because that's the thing with the V's and the B's, I don't touch my lips completely to still get the sound but not make it strong, but that's the way I learned it on Duolingo. Chela at north is cheve and south is cheva. But I know that because oh, that's interesting. So that would be like the Spanish equivalent or of soda having different names depending on which region you're from. Like soda, soda pop, just cola. Cansada is... Yes! I have memory for stuff. Sometimes. That is so interesting. I like to talk about video games and I like to talk about languages. Like, I'm a big whore for trivia. So, all that is super interesting to me. I want to draw my little red booties because I like the color red. So, whenever I can get some red clothes or red accessories, I'm gonna buy them and wear them. Watch me. In love with the British accent since I joined some. Oh, very good then. Tally ho. Oh, great. Now we got Paul to want a beer. Good job, us. Now the teacher wants to get drunk. We are a terrible example to the older generation. Watch me not care. I'm hearing some noise upstairs. I think my parents are playing a board game with dice. Now let's see. I don't think I know the word for parents yet. Ahora quiero una chela. O una cheve. O una cerveza. O... I know drink, but I don't know thirsty. Oh, I forgot to ink a part here. Okay, I'll fix that right away. Let's see. For drink, it's yo bebo, tu bebes, él bebe. After that, I think it's something like nosotros bebemos, él beben, something like that. Okay, parents is padres. Not to be confused with the actual padre, which is father. Which is then easier to just say papa. Sediento. Okay, that's my new word to remember now. Sediento. Now I would assume sediento would be soy sediento. Because estoy is like, soy is I am, estoy is like I am doing. Something like that. Kinda, sorta. Because I always struggle with those two. Oops. I'm gonna be repeating that to myself all day. Sediento, 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 sediento. I've been living dangerously, not saving often enough. You never know when you're gonna lose power or something like that. Estoy sediento. Tengo sed. Yeah, tengo, I have. But it works in this case. Because there's a lot of tengo, like when I say, let's say I'm 9, because I don't know the word for 38 yet. I am 9 years old. Yo tengo 9 años. Nueve or nueves? I think it's nueves. Nueve is new. Yes! I mean, I can only go by the lessons I have done so far on Duolingo, so... Well, of course, Duolingo didn't teach me hijo de puta. I look up stuff myself. For fanfic. Anyway! Like I said, I'm 38, I do what I want. I'm the boss. Okay, 9. Oh yeah, 9 because nuevo is new. Now, I'm not there yet. I think nuevo has a feminine form too. Swearing Duolingo. Oh, yes, definitely. The first lessons should be swearing. That's how you get the kiddies in. Like, I had to look up the slang for boobs once just for a really stupid joke. And I still don't know if I'm right, but it's still a really stupid joke. 39. So in my case, it would be 38. Because my 39, that's in September. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. So, the joke that I had made. 38, yes! See, I'm learning. The joke I had made is because I know about this movie called Manos, The Hands of Fate. And it's mostly known because the master, aka the big bad in the movie, wears this big giant black coat with red hands on it. And I had found a photo on Facebook of a lady with a bikini, a black bikini with red hands on her chest. So what I had written was pechos, the boobs of fate. I looked it up, but you can never be sure with Google Translate, so... I like me some dumb jokes. Because I'm pretty sure that the actual word is tetas, but the slang would be pechos, I assume. It seemed to work on my other Mexican friends, so... I can only guess that I was right. He never corrected me. But yeah, that's what I use my Spanish for. Insults and really dumb jokes. At least until I'm confident enough to speak the actual language. Like I said, I understand it way better than I speak it. Like you give me a Spanish text to read, like comes out no problem. Trying to come up with the actual words by myself, I struggle way more. As you can see, I remembered them, so I'm not a complete loser yet. Oh. Did I get a warning and I didn't notice? Or did you try to correct me on my boobies and Twitch was like, Because that's the thing with Twitch bot. It likes to censor stuff and then turn around and let all the bots come in and ask me if I want to buy followers, and I'm like, no! But then I have to go in manually and delete the frickin' thing myself. Oh, lordy. This is educational swearing, Twitch. Oh, okay. Yes, yes, I understand what word you were trying to say. I know exactly what word you were trying to say. Yeah, that's a little touchy. Like, I'm not even comfortable mentioning that color. But I do understand why it's touchy for a Spanish speaker. Like, what exactly are you supposed to say to replace it? Like, mucho, 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 mucho gris. That kind of sounds weird, doesn't it? Oh my gosh. What did they expect you to do then? Mucho, 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 mucho gris. At least that color is easier for me because in French it's the same word, gris. Just yours got a little accent on it. Oops. This works better if I actually select. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I work pretty fast. As far as I know, Clip Studio will work with any tablet. What I have right now, it is indeed a Wacom. Not sure how it's supposed to be pronounced, and honestly, I don't care. Mine is a 22 HD Saintic. I've had to update my rig last year because my old Mac and my old tablet just would not update anything anymore. The only way I was able to get my old tablet to work on my old Mac was to use a Russian-made third-party backdoor program. They were both so obsolete, they struggled. But pretty sure if you only have a mouse, it also works with a mouse. I mean, here, right now I'm using the mouse. And I'm just gonna... There you go. See? Like, all in all, I use a tablet, the mouse, the keyboard, and a tabmate when I work. The tabmate is a little... Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. Gracias. Muchas gracias. Glad you enjoy it. The tabmate is basically a little custom Nintendo Switch Bluetooth controller that's made exclusively for Clip. It will not work with anything else than Clip. And I have a couple of shortcuts programmed on it. You can have 4 different families of setting. I only use the first family because I can't be arsed to constantly switch between modes. Oh, wait, I'm not talking here. Gonna get rid of this. There. There we go. Here I'm talking. See? I got distracted. And I mentioned that it's like a little Nintendo Switch controller because previously I tried to connect my Switch controllers to my Mac and it actually worked because they're Bluetooth. And with a third-party program whose name escapes me right now, I was able to use said Switch controller to work on Clip Studio. And I could assign button and everything. It's just that with the way that I work, the tabmate is more practical. Cost me $50 Canadian, but still. Whoops, not what I wanted to do. Just gonna make the text a little smaller. I'm glad you like to see me work. I am not drawing on Twitch in vain. I am almost done though. So yeah, I should change my Twitch schedule. There we go. Because I have it set on Saturdays and Sundays, but the Saturday stream is only the first Saturday of the month, and then I stream I stream in traditional art because I'm doing the Colors of the Month challenge. But it would be a little too exhausting to do it every Saturday. And it would wreck my throat! Oops, not that. Because after talking so much after the stream, me siento un poco mal. That's why I usually have tea, but I already drank it all, so I'm gonna have a scratchy throat for the rest of the day. But it's worth it. Oh, sure. Just gonna save this real quick. So it's right here. This is my hub. I also have a link tree, which I'm gonna go get for you. So there's my store, there's my... Yeah, gonna go get my link tree. I'm gonna post it in the chat. It's gonna be easier for everybody. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm on the second screen. I have two monitors. My, Fa-la-la-la-la. There we go. I got my tablet, which is where my Streamlabs is pointing, and I have my Mac, which is a new Mac because I had no choice. The old one was so Frankenstein and repaired so much, and I couldn't even use the built-in webcam because the place I sent it for repairs didn't bother to realign the webcam, so I had this big black spot on the left, so I had to buy another webcam. But now the other webcam is sitting on top of my Wacom, whatever, my tablet. So I look less like a dwarf. I'm still a dwarf, but I look less like one. There you go. Linktree at So Very Unofficial. It's an easier navigating system to all my places. There's a lot of mirrors, but like to see all of my art, even the shitty stuff, you want to go on Divine Art. To see my best art, you want to go on my hub. To help support me, you can go on my Patreon or my Ko-fi. Because Lord knows I need that support. I want that other Sylvando figurine. No, I'm kidding. I just want the other head. And the correct eye color. But I can live without. I'm not paying $300 just for a third head. But I do need to pay my bills. And I do believe, just gonna save again just to be safe, but I do believe I'm done with this comic for today. Oh, you're welcome. Always glad to have people see more of my stuff. But yeah, I do believe I'm done. Oh, and the music is done too. Now talk about wonderful timing. So, of course, as usual with every end of stream, because, well, I need a drink. Oh, the image is pixelating. Oh, la 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 la. Yeah, thank you very much, Charlie. You just said it was nice to see me. I'm assuming you meant see me work, because nobody's going to see me right now. I'm in a ratty bathrobe and some Nest from Earthbound pajama sets. Thank you, Paul. Paul said it looks fantastic. And as usual, as every end of stream, extra special thanks to my patrons, Amber B, Jeff B, Paul K. Oh, I do take commissions, Charlie. Feel free to send me an email or a private message on Twitch. My prices are on my hub at sovereignunofficial.tk. Well, their starter prices might go up depending on how difficult you are. But I do take commission, either digitally. Digitally usually is cheaper, because then with traditional you have to pay for shipping on top of that, and sometimes shipping is a pain in the ass, especially in these trying Backstreet Boys reunion tour time. If you're wondering where I got that, it's from Game Grumps, because they're not allowed to say the real reason on YouTube. because then YouTube will demonetize them. I'm not even monetized, but it's just funny. And Charlie will be in touch. I hope you enjoy my other stuff. I hope you enjoy the Mario comics I've been drawing. There's 3 episodes right now. 2 are completed, and I'm at the tail end of the current episode. Then we'll have a break, a summer break, and we'll start over with the 4th episode in August, which will be super fun, of course. And thank you for watching, Charlie. Charlie just said, excellent stream. Thanks for sharing. Thank you for watching. And I stream every Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Hope you guys had fun watching me draw. I know I had a lot of fun drawing this and talking until my throat was hoarse and learning more Spanish. So I'll see you guys next week. I love you.